Hey, Mackenzie, I'm not trying to drag this out any further, I promise you. I just wanted to say before I start this video about depression, I am not in any way, shape, or form ever blaming you for anything. And I'm not mad at you. I'm not blaming you. I love you. You're my daughter. You're my only child. I love you. You're my favorite person. I love you. Okay? I really do love you. But I'm just saying it to say it just for the record. That's all. Now, will I ever know if anybody is seeing these videos? And I'm not trying to come across like from a parental standpoint, going through as much as I've gone through. I mean, I've battled, more than, and it's not your place to know. It's not your place to know. I'm just, driving home the point that your father has gone through an awful lot just to get to this point of these, just to make a video for you, to track you down. Not to mention, the whole process has been a battle. It really has. And it's not your fault. It's not your problem. It's not your fault. I'm not making it your problem. I'm just letting you know that respect my struggle, the struggle it took to get here. And, just please respect that and just keep it between you and I. That's all I'm saying. I'm not mad at you, and I'm not definitely not trying to come across at all like I'm mad at you. I'm not mad or frustrated at anything, So I just wanted to, before I start this, I just wanted to say that, but I do have verses here for you. So let's get started. Let me see really quick. Hang on for a minute, I gotta find these. Let me, cause these verses are these, hang on for a minute, Mackenzie. I'm gonna probably have to put this phone down a few times because there's a few verses I want to go through. There's not a lot of verses, kind of like last time. It was just like, kind of sort of like a lot, but not really. I don't know how long this video is gonna be, but I do have like maybe, I don't even know offhand. Maybe like 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, I'll see right now, 4. Yeah, it's all like maybe 6 verses altogether. But they're in different books. Before it was just like one section, so I didn't have to put the phone down. But I'm gonna have to put the phone down a few times, so just bear with me. So the first one is gonna be. Let me see real quick. Judges. It's gonna be Judges, which is the Old Testament. Judges, chapter 15, verse 18. So let me turn there really quick. Yeah, and just so you know, because we don't know each other, I'm not at war with anyone anyone affiliated with you at all. And what I mean, obviously, what I mean by that is, I'm not out to get anyone. I'm not out to, like, I'm not at all. Like, I'm not at war with anybody of, that you're, any one of your family or anything, like, at all. Like, not at all. So I don't ever want you to think that. I don't ever want you to secretly think, like, I don't know, he seems like he's just gonna, like, try to war with people. Like, not at all. I never was like that, but circumstances like these, some parents do. A lot of them, vast majority of them, end up really wanting to war with people. Not me, man. Not at all. Not at all. It is what it is. Like I said, I mean, it's in God's hands. So, things are going to happen the way that he wants them to happen. Not the way I want them to happen or anyone else, it's in his hands. So it's going to happen, the way he wants it to, period. It's in his hands. So I'm not even worried about it at all. So, but yeah, I just wanted to say before I start this, and I've already said this to you before, I don't hate anyone. I don't hate anyone. I'm not out to get anyone. I'm not out to, I mean, even when I'm not doing these videos. Like, I don't go off in my personal life and talk about the stuff with anyone. I mean, I'm sure I've had conversations with my mom and stuff like that. But I assure you, I'm not demonizing anyone. I'm not talking bad about anyone. It's not like some angry, hate-filled, like conversation at all. I'm just sitting here talking to a person about real life stuff. She's my mother. I'm her son. You know, so she knows how it's, how she knows the situation. I mean, not as good as I do, because I mean, I'm intimate. I'm part of the situation, but she's been there with me through a lot of this stuff, and the things that she hasn't witnessed have definitely filled her in, and she's no dummy. I mean, she's pretty much seen things go down with her own eyes too. I mean, I'm not the only one that's so I'm saying, like, she knows some things firsthand as well. So, but I just wanted to let you know, I'm not out to demonize anyone or get back at anyone. I don't hate anyone. So I'm not out here trying to, give you the wrong idea. Like, I'm just saying, like, these videos, that's just basically my point. But, I kind of went off into that other stuff just to give you an idea of, your father went through an awful lot just to get to this point. So, and I went through an awful lot to get to this point so I could reach out to my daughter. I did this for you and me both. And I'm not expecting any points for anything at all. I'm not expecting a gold star, a cookie, a glass of milk, nothing. I'm not expecting some prize. The only thing I really am expecting is that you just respect that these are my videos between you and I, and just leave it there. That's it. So that's all. That's all I'm asking. So I hope you can respect the situation and respect what I went through enough to just kind of leave it between you and I. That's all. That's all I'm saying. I don't blame you. I love you. I'm not mad. I'm not out to get anybody. I don't hate anyone, whether it's in front of your face or behind your back. I hate no one. I tend to be more reasonable than that. Do I get angry? Sure, absolutely. Everybody does. But situations, they're in God's hands. So they'll be dealt with on his timetable in his own ways. So it is what it is. So I'm definitely not mad at you. Definitely not. It's not your fault. Why would I be mad at you? That's horrible. That's like somebody breaking. That's like somebody stealing somebody's car, and all of a sudden, that's like somebody stealing something from me, and I'm gonna blame somebody in China. Like, what? That doesn't even make sense. Like, this has nothing to do with you whatsoever, and I'm definitely not trying to make it your problem at all. At all. So I never ever want you to ever think that I'm coming down on you for nothing. This is so far from, you're an innocent, I'm not calling you a child. But when I say this, don't take it the wrong way. You're innocent. You're an innocent, person, You're an innocent person. And I'm glad you're here. Even though I don't have a relationship with you yet, you're my daughter. I'm glad you're here, and no part of me blames you. I love you and all that. So I just wanted to get that out of the way, just in case you have any kind of like, is this guy kind of coming down on me? No, not at all. Absolutely not. I'm not coming down on anybody. I just wanted to say that. So all right, well, let's get this show on the road here. I mean, it's 10:15 pretty much. So when Judges 15. Hang on for a minute, Mackenzie. Whew, it is hot, Mackenzie. Man, oh man, that rain definitely cooled it off though. But it is still hot outside. Let me find this. 15:18. All right, 3:12. Yeah, Mackenzie, I'm definitely not trying to, I'm definitely not trying to, hang on for a minute. Judges 15:18. Let me see here. 3:12. I'm sorry, Mackenzie. Hang on for a minute, sweetheart. Opened it up to the wrong page. It says 15, 15, 18. Okay. All right. This is gonna be the first verse. I'm sorry. I had the phone down on the bed here for a long time. I left you hanging for a few seconds. I'm sorry about that. Let me see. Verse chapter Judges 15 verse 18. Yeah, and I'm definitely not saying that you have any anger towards anything. I'm just saying if you do, just let it go. It ain't worth it. You know, I mean, even if you have anger at me for whatever reason, just let it go. It ain't worth it. You know, I mean, really. You know, so it's just like, you know, forgive people. You know, it could be a process, but it, you know, I mean, you don't honestly, you know, angry at me for what? I don't even know. Maybe for not being there for you, possible. I mean, but it's not my fault. It's really not. I'm sorry, but it's not my fault. I can't take responsibility for something that's not my fault. You know, but if there is anger, you just let it go. You know? So, you know, give it to God. And just let him deal with it the way he wants to. You know, so. But all right, 15:13 or 15:18 here. Let me see. Now, I'm not really familiar with this with these verses, so I'm gonna have to just kind of take it by ear here, and I'll try to explain it the best way I can as I go along. Let me see. Now Samson was very thirsty, and he cried out to the Lord. You have accomplished the great victory by the strength of your servant. Must I now die of thirst and fall into the hands of these pagan people? So, I mean, without actually reading the whole chapter, or at least, you know, at least a whole chapter, I mean, I'm kind of sitting here cherry picking verses. That's kind of what's wrong with doing it this way. But like I said, I'll, you know, let me read the 17 and hang on for a minute. I'm gonna read 17 and 18 and 19 and try to make sense of it that way. Hold on, Mackenzie. I'm sorry, this is kind of really unorganized, and I'm just doing the best I can here. When he finished speaking, he threw away the jawbone, and the place was named Jawbone Hill. I don't even know what that is. What is Jawbone Hill, man? I never heard that in my life. Wow. I can't make sense of that. But anyways, now Samson was very thirsty, and he cried out to the Lord, You have accomplished this great victory by strength of your servant. Must I now die of thirst and fall into the hands of these pagan people? So God caused water to gush out of a hollow in ground at Lehi, whatever. And Samson was revived as he drank. Then he named that place the spring of the one who cried out. And it is still in whatever to this day. Samson, all right, that's verse 20. Let me see here. Okay, so pretty much in the Bible, when they talk about water, I'm sorry, my face is a disaster. It's so hot outside, Mackenzie. Whew. It just rained out too, so it's getting muggy over here. I don't know where you are, but over here it was like a monsoon for or like a typhoon for like at least 15-20 minutes. It was coming down in sheets. But yeah, so pretty much in the Bible when he talks about water, I don't know if you really heard me when the phone was down. This is a really awkward way to do it because I have to keep bouncing from verse to verse within the Bible, and it's just like really crazy doing it this way. But I probably should have found a more organized way to do it, like maybe pull up some verses on the internet or something and just kind of do it that way. But even then, I probably still have to bounce around anyways.